Other news tonight, going once, going twice. Say goodbye to your house. Local foreclosure rates skyrocket as the real estate market continues to cool. New numbers just out show more proof that the nation's housing boom is history for now.
And here in Northern California, hundreds of families are suddenly seeing their homes go up on the auction block. KCRA3's David Bienick is live at the Sacramento County Courthouse with the startling rise in foreclosures. David?
John and Edie, good evening. Used to be foreclosure auctions happen here on the steps of the county courthouse once a week. Now, several times a day, homeowners see their American dream turned into a nightmare. On the steps of the county courthouse, auctioneer Kelly Palmer goes about her business virtually unnoticed.
Trustee cell number 1083634.
In less than 60 seconds, Palmer reads a foreclosure form, which begins the process of selling off someone's home.
Going once, going twice, going three times, last and final call, sold to the beneficiary.
World's leaders try to figure out this big picture here. The situation here at home for so many people is becoming more and more dire. In the capital city of the state of California, a tent city has gone up for those who have run out of options. It's grown in size and quickly. Our report tonight from NBC's Chris Jansing.
Along the railroad tracks in Sacramento, a modern-day shantytown is swelling. Fragile shelter for the city's exploding homeless population. The images hauntingly reminiscent of the iconic photos of the 1930s and the Great Depression.
This is the bottom of the barrel here. I don't think it can get any worse than this.
Jim's new home, a small tent with 6 layers of tarp to keep out the rain. For 30 years he worked construction, then 6 months ago, the jobs dried up.
I will maybe do a day labor thing on the weekends, which I've been lucky lately for one day out of each week. And I will take that to buy my bus fares and my train fares to go look for work.
With unemployment rising, there are now at least 2,100 homeless in Sacramento. About 300 live here, with more arriving every day. Many of the stories here are heartbreakingly similar. Middle-class Americans living paycheck to paycheck lose their job, then their house, and have nowhere to go. Every shelter in Sacramento is filled to overflowing. It's happening in Seattle, too. Tent cities in Reno and Nashville. Sudden homelessness brought on by unexpected, shocking poverty. Had you ever been homeless before this?
No, never even thought about it.
Before Corbin and Tina landed here just a few months ago, he made a good living selling cars.
The place I work for isn't even in business anymore, so they've had to close up.
The new mayor, former NBA star Kevin Johnson, grew up in Sacramento.
This has been a dirty little secret, and we've kind of swept it under the rug.
The evocative Depression-era images return. At dusk, dinner is simmering in a pot made out of a coffee can. Advocates say that by morning, as many as 50 more people will be homeless in Sacramento. Chris Jansing, NBC News, Sacramento.
Across the U.S., as the country's economy continues to plunge, homeless advocacy groups and city agencies are reporting the biggest rise in homeless encampments in a generation. The recession, which began as a crisis of homeowners unable to pay their mortgages, but has spread to every part of the economy, took away 650,000 Americans' jobs for a record third straight month in February as unemployment climbed to a 25-year peak. Around 12.5 million people are looking for work, which is more than the population of the state of Pennsylvania. No one is immune. The jobless rate for college graduates has hit its highest point. The result is a proliferation of tent cities. In Santa Barbara, California, city officials have given over a car park to people who sleep in cars and vans, and authorities in Fresno are trying to manage several proliferating tent cities, including an encampment where people have made shelters out of scrap wood.